Hey guys, it's Reba. I'm just jumping in to introduce this video, and I'm doing it lo-fi because I didn't want to set up my whole mic situation. So today's birthday gift to myself is to take it easy, no big productivity expectations or anything like that. I wanted to do a birthday week vlog. I've been doing them the past few years, and I like having the little record of what a week in my life looks like every year. I think it's interesting and it's cute. So that's what this vlog is. I'm just gonna be filming a little bits of my daily life over the next few days. Today is Monday, February 2nd, Groundhog's Day, but also my birthday. I just got back from traveling. I spent the end of January in Switzerland to celebrate my mom's birthday. A couple of my sisters and I and my dad went with her to Switzerland because that's where she wanted to be for her birthday. She hit a milestone this year. We were staying with some family friends in this little alpine village, and I went skiing and sledding, and it was beautiful. And then hit some gorgeous cities. Stayed in Zurich for a bit and hit Bern and Lucerne. Yeah, I mean, I had a spectacular trip. It was wonderful, but I'm happy to be home. So now I'm home, and it's my birthday, and it was sunny out today, and it's just been a nice, quiet, easy day. I really can't complain. Life is really great right now. Really grateful. Anyway, I wanted to keep this quick. I am just gonna give you a quick update about what's going on today. So far today has been really just nice and easy. I wanted to do yoga this morning, so we did some yoga here in the living room. And then I got a bagel, an egg and cheese bagel. After that, I've just been taking it easy. I wanted to start playing Baldur's Gate. I don't know if anyone else plays. I had started playing a few years ago, like when it first came out, and I really liked it. I just didn't like keep up the momentum and stopped playing. And so this winter though, I've been staying in more, and I feel like I'm been wanting to play a story-based, like immersive fantasy game. And so I've been wanting to play that. And today I took some time to like set up a new character and start playing. So I played a little bit of Baldur's Gate this morning. Started getting ready. Thought I'd sit down and film. And after this, I think I'm just gonna finish getting ready. I've got to take out Halen, and then I'll probably just read for a little while. Again, I took the day off from like working on anything. So I'm just, I don't know, just like existing today. And then later tonight we're going to dinner. We're trying out a new restaurant that I've been wanting to go to. So I really can't complain. Today's been great. I'm feeling good. It's been a few days back from the trip, so I feel like I'm starting to like acclimate to my normal time zone again, and just feeling less like groggy from the travel day. And then I have that refreshment from being in a different country, being in a different place, and that's always fun to kind of shake up routine and landscape, I guess. I am reading The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann, and I picked that up. I started reading it like right before I left for my trip, and I was reading it while I was in Switzerland because it is set in a sanatorium in the Alps in Switzerland. And so I thought it would be a fun book to read. And it is fun. I am really enjoying it, but it is dense and it is difficult to read. And so I didn't always have the energy or the brain capacity to read, but I read while I was on my trip. But I read when I was on the train, and then I read a lot on my flight there and a lot on my flight back. It's a big old book. I don't have it near me right now, but I'll probably continue reading that this week until I'm finished with it. That's all for now. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Wanna go outside? Should we get ready? Should we go outside? I know. Hello, it's Thursday. I wanted to just jump back in, give a little update as the week has progressed. It's afternoon. I'm having some lunch. I have some dumplings that I got at the grocery store. I'm gonna have those for lunch. And then I'm going to go to, I think probably just a cafe or the library to get some work done this afternoon because I'm feeling a little distracted here, but I need to work on my portfolio. So that's what I'm going to be doing this afternoon. This evening, I am getting on a call with my friend Katie. We are recording an episode for our podcast. It's called What About Bobs? If you want to listen to two friends talking about a movie, having a discussion about a movie that they watched together. That's kind of the essence of the podcast. The movies that we select to watch all fit into themes. So every 3 movies we switch up the theme, and then we always hope to have a bob hairstyle show up in the movies we watch. Hence the title, What About Bobs? It's just fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. But yeah, doing that tonight. And so basically yesterday and this morning I was just prepping notes for that. I had to rewatch it because it had been a while since we'd watched the movie. I'm gonna eat some on my lunch. Yesterday, Wednesday, was just like my laundry day. We went to dinner last night. Yeah, prepped for filming. And then Tuesday was just a work day. Worked on my portfolio and cooked and just had a pretty normal day. Yeah, so far the week is going fine. Again, I think I'm just struggling coming back from being on a trip, just like getting back into the groove of things. It's just hard to focus. You know, it is what it is. So get some more stuff done this afternoon, and then tomorrow, again, same thing. I will do some sort of wrap up at the end of this video because I did buy some books on my trip, so I want to share those with you guys and do kind of like a little closing out video. But I'll keep vlogging today and tomorrow and possibly a little bit this weekend. We'll see. But that's it for now. Hey everyone, this is going to be my last little chat before I end this video. So thanks for watching my birthday week. I've been enjoying getting back into vlogging this week. I don't know, I felt like at the end of last year I felt very excited to continue Reba Reads this year and to like make content and I want to make stuff this year. It's brought me a lot of joy to make Reba Reads content in the past, and I think I lost a little bit of excitement and momentum. I just needed a break, I guess, to step back, and then I got kind of excited about making stuff again. It's now Friday, and again, I had just a great birthday on Monday. It was just easy. Again, no big plans or expectations, and I think that was nice. And then I did find it hard focusing and kind of getting back into a schedule, and I think I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed because I'd been on vacation and came back, and I have a lot of things going right now. Like, obviously, I immediately was like vlogging this week, which I haven't done for a while, and then I'm building a portfolio right now, and that's feeling very like high priority because it's something that I want to complete. It's like I want to finish it and have it done, because then it means I can move on to other things, start sharing it and applying for things. But I am also, I think, scared of getting to that next step too. So I'm in a weird battle with wanting to complete this project, and also it's comfortable because it means I don't have to worry about the next step yet. That's been going on that's like been a big thing that was happening last year, and I kind of don't know what is next career-wise, and so I'm moving in a direction. I'm hoping it works out, but I'm kind of fluid and open to just kind of seeing where things go. It's a big theme for me this past year was learning more about myself and how much importance I place on my identity as what I did for work. Like, I've been unemployed and been in between, like, I haven't been anything in terms of I don't get paid to do anything right now. And I think that's been really weird and hard to grapple with, just because I was someone who was so career oriented and knew what I wanted to be from a really young age. And when I took my sabbatical and like decided like what I was doing wasn't sustainable and all of this, that was really hard to come to terms with. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to reckon with the fact that I had so much my identity tied up into career, a title, and when I didn't have that anymore, I was left to find out who I was underneath all of that, and it was scary and hard, and I'm still working through that. I actually wasn't planning on talking about that, but I would say that's a good reflection for me to bring up at the end of this vlog in which I turned a year older. Yeah, just getting to know myself again. And I guess what I was left with then was kind of coming back to my core wants and dreams that have nothing to do with career, a title. And so how do I build a life that I want, the future that I want? And yeah, at some point maybe I'll talk more about where I'm going. I think the reason why I hesitate to talk about what's next is like I'm not exactly sure if things are going to work out yet. I think a moment of reflection on the past year of my life is definitely warranted for this video. So there's that. I had begun speaking about just how I was feeling a little bit overwhelmed this week and spun out into a little bit of an existential moment. But between knowing I need to complete this portfolio and then also vlogging and thinking about planning for future videos, and also working on my podcast with my friend Katie this week, I think there was just like a lot. I felt much better yesterday after I got some portfolio work done. I got podcast stuff done. We recorded an episode last night and I'm actually really excited about it. It was super fun. I got a couple of books, and I will share those at the very end of this because that's kind of like my little birthday gift to me, my little souvenir from Switzerland. But before I do that, I'm just going to talk about what I'm reading right now because first and foremost, this channel is about books and reading, so I should probably talk about that. I have been reading The Magic Mountain by Thomas Mann, and this is translated from the German by John E. Woods. Yeah, it's not, I don't love this cover. It's kind of bleh, and I don't feel like it really, I don't know, this book is like so much more interesting than the cover would make it seem. Okay, what is this about? This is about Hans, a German young man who is about to like embark on his like professional career, but before he does, he goes to visit his cousin who is living in a sanatorium in the Swiss Alps. When Hans goes to visit his cousin, he plans on being there just for a few weeks. And then what transpires is he stays much longer. The tone of this book is kind of funny and sarcastic and pokes fun at all the characters. There's an omniscient narration style, and the narrator is cheeky and kind of has a playful way of talking about our character at the same time as it's kind of like fun and very and the characters are very illuminated and interesting. There is like some really intellectual and heady conversations and themes brought up in the book. It's this kind of coming of age for Hans as he stays at the sanatorium. He's interacting with other characters that are helping him expand on his own view of the world through different disciplines, really. So he gets interested in science and philosophy. He also has a very emotional and romantic kind of blossoming with one of the other characters. There's a lot in this book. Sometimes goes over my head, or sometimes it's too, like, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so much to take in. Once I kind of hit my stride, I can read this for a good like chunk of time because I do find it really engaging, and there are some stuff that I feel like I am not quite smart enough to get, so I do have to take my time in some of the sections, and even then it's like this is a difficult, challenging book, but I think it's great if you're up for the challenge and it sounds interesting. But I wanted to read this because I am anticipating reading The Empusion by Tokarczuk later this year. That book is like directly inspired by The Magic Mountain. And so I thought I would read it as the prerequisite, but this is a hefty prereq and a big old book to start the year with. I started it in January. And again, brought it to Switzerland with me. Thought I was being really cute by bringing this book that takes place in the Alps to Switzerland. I skied in the Alps and I took many a train ride through them. And so I really got to experience them. And that was fun to have right in front of me as I was reading descriptions of it and learning about these characters that were living up there. Also should say this is like taking place right before World War I, and so I do think part of this book is the intention of this book is to paint a picture of the climate of Europe at the time, right at the cusp of that war. And so there's just a lot to be said about the different countries there. The sanatorium has people from Russia, from Germany, from Italy. Part of the description is it's like a microcosm of Europe all in this one location. And I think that kind of form is really interesting, taking a more macro environment and putting it into a smaller one in in a story is really interesting, and I think a good way to explore ideas and politics and things like that. So I'm enjoying it. I'm 2/3 of the way done, and so I should be maybe even more than that. So I am getting through it. Long books always are not my favorite because they do take a while, and my attention span is such that I want to get started on the next thing. Who knows? Maybe I'll take a break and read something else, but for the meantime, I'm still enjoying it, and I think it's better if I just finish it and then before I start something new and distract me from getting through this book. We'll see. Now I'm just going to talk about the 2 books that I got while I was in Switzerland. I got these in Bern at a bookshop there. The first book I got was Eurotrash. This is by Christian Kracht, translated by Daniel Bowles. First published in German in 2021, and then translated, the UK translation edition came out, was first published in 2024. So pretty contemporary. This, I hadn't heard of this before seeing it, but I specifically wanted to buy a Swiss author translated into English when I was there. There was 2 different editions with different covers, but I really liked this one. I'll read the jacket description. Realizing he and she are the very worst kind of people, a middle-aged man embarks on a dubious road trip through Switzerland with his 80-year-old mother, recently discharged from a mental institution. Traversing the country in a hired cab, they attempt to give away the wealth she has amassed from investing in the arms industry, but a fortune of such immensity is surprisingly hard to squander. Haunted in different ways by the figure of her father, an ardent supporter of Nazism, mother and son can no longer avoid delving into the darkest truths about their past. Described as a tragicomic quest, but punctuated by tenderness and spite. Yeah, sounded really fun. I'm excited to give it a try. And then the other book I bought while I was in Switzerland was I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Harpman. And this book I have been saying I would read for so long, definitely the past 2 years, because it's been so beloved by so many people, and I keep saying, every time somebody talks about it, I keep saying, I'm gonna read it. I think I'm officially the last person in this little corner of BookTube to read this book, but it will be happening this year. I will finally get to it, but I'm very excited. So you probably already know about it. You've probably already read it, and if not, just read it with me this year, and we will finally get to it. This is also a translated novel from the French, Ross Schwartz, and yeah, I know I'm gonna like this book, and I just keep putting it off for some reason. It's not even very big. If you don't know what it's about, the back description is: deep underground, 39 women live imprisoned in a cage. Watched over by guards, these women have no memory of how they got there, no notion of time, and only vague recollections of their lives before. As the burn of electric light merges day into night and numberless years pass, a young girl, the 40th prisoner, sits alone and outcast in the corner. But soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above. I finally have a copy, so I am so excited. I feel really good about these. That's it. I want to wrap this up because I've done the thing. I've talked about where I am right now in life. I talked about the book I'm reading, talked about the books I got. I think that is perfectly adequate for this little snippet, this little chat. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.